Hello everyone, welcome back to Scoobytober. Tonight, we're going to go through my top 10 favorite monsters. Now, Scooby Doo, where are you monsters? Now, I was going to call this my top 10 villains, but I don't know. One of them is not a villain, really, so we're going to go down my top 10 list, and I'll tell you why. So, here are my top 10 Scooby Doo villains, or monsters in this case. But Scooby Doo, where are you? Number 10, Miner 49er. This episode was epic. I loved it. The Miner 49er was kind of scary, but he was not as scary as everybody thought he was. And I don't know, I liked the look on him. He was spooky, he was scary, he was everything that, a monster should be. And, the villain was, wasn't shown until the end. And, yeah. Number 9, Witch Doctor. This one kind of was up my alley. He was, he looked like the regular one of those witch doctors. You think that this was, I don't remember the name of the episode he was from, but he was definitely a scary one. But he was awesome looking. Every time I listen to the song Witch Doctor, I think about that witch doctor from Scooby Doo. And that's why he's memorable and why he's one of my favorites. Number 8, the Gypsy Lady. The Gypsy Lady, and I think this is one where it's the one where she has this, no, that's the witch. But the Gypsy Lady, they don't even know she was a villain at the time. She had the whole thing. I thought Gypsy Lady was pretty cool. And although, actually, she did turn out to be the witch in the episode. So, Gypsy Lady's the last witch in the movie. Number 7, Space Kook. I don't know. I liked Space Kook. He was scary. I liked his laugh. It's one of those laughs that you never forget. I'm going to try to do I tried. I'm sorry. I can't do it as well as he did. But it was creepy. It was awesome. It was the kind of stuff that nightmares are made of. And I loved it. Space Kook is definitely one of my favorites. Number 6, the Ghost of Mr. Hyde. Oh my gosh. As I probably mentioned before, I'm a big monster movie fan. I love movies like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Frankenstein, The Mummy, just anything to do with horror, black and white. This was everything that, the episode was awesome. I like that, in the end, the guy was Mr. Hyde, but he was, famous someone for it. And again, like I said, it's Mr. Hyde. How can you not like something about the ghost of Dr. Jekyll's evil side? Number 5, the Waxed Phantom. I like the look of him. I'm going to go into more detail about another monster on my top 10 Scooby Doo villains, because I have to. But the Wax Phantom, I don't know what Scooby-Doo's idea, Hanna-Barbera's fixation about hooded monsters, but most of the monsters, in the season were hooded. And the fact Max Phantom was one of them. He was cool. I liked him. Pretty cool. Number 4, the Creeper. The Creeper, he reminds me of a little bit of Mr. Hyde crossover with the Frankenstein monster. He was cool. I actually was not scared of Creeper. He was scary, but not to the extent I wanted to be scared of him. I get he's supposed to be one of the best villains of all time. Creeper was one of them. Number 3, the Hooded Ghost. Again, I don't know. I don't know why Hanna-Barbera was like, okay, we're going to make this season about some of the monsters have hoods. And, they're all... But this one, all 3 ghosts are hooded. And all you see is that... I know, you're going to see this. That's the point. But, I was just blown away how Hanna-Barbera did the whole hooded ghost idea. Number 2, Get a Ghoul. Get a Ghoul, I thought was pretty awesome. It was another swamp episode. That's another thing. That's another Hanna-Barbera fixation. Some of these episodes were in a swamp, or a haunted house, or just anywhere, or a haunted theme park, like for my number 1, which I'll get to in a minute. But this one, Get a Ghoul, actually was one of my favorite episodes, because I, for one, like the idea of haunted swamps. You don't know what's going to come out at you. You don't know what's going to happen. You're like, oh, it's a swamp. Nope, it's a haunted swamp. Before I get to my number 1, I'm going to make an honorable mention. And that is... I hate to say this, but... anything that is universal. Monsters. Frankenstein, Mummy, they kind of ruined it. As I said, I like the Ghost of Mr. Hyde, but I don't know. I think the trope of the whole Frankenstein idea, it's overplayed. Same with the Mummy and the... they could have done something other than that. And for my number 1, you guys know, if you guys have been listening to I see my tier list of my favorite Scooby Doo episodes, and follow me on Facebook, and see my posts on Scooby Doo. Foul Play in Funland. Charlie the Robot. Now, I said that this is actually not a top 10 villain list now, because Charlie the Robot is not a villain. He's not a monster. He is thought to be a monster at the beginning of the episode, but towards the end, they realize it's just a malfunctioning robot that's being controlled by somebody else. Villains in Scooby-Doo are locked up. And monsters usually are villains in masks. There are no villains in Foul Play in Funland. None. There are no villains. There are no monsters. It's just a robot gone amok. And I have to admit, Charlie the Robot is probably one of my favorite monsters, even though he is not a monster. But I gotta admit, when I first saw Charlie, I was like, is this really a monster? Or is he a robot? And, as a kid, I thought that he was a monster. But then it turns out that he's actually a theme park mascot that has been turned on to scare people because by the manager's wife, because she doesn't like that he is the mascot. She thought he was too scary to be the mascot. And to be honest, I agree. I think that if he would have probably made him less menacing, he would definitely not be on this list. Because Charlie the Robot, he's not a villain, and he's not a monster. He's just a misunderstood robot. And towards the end of the episode, what happens to him? Does he get thrown in jail? No. Does he get torn apart? No. They keep him. Anyway, that was my top 10 villains / monsters list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next time we'll be discussing on Scooby Doo and the Ghoul School, one of my top favorite movies. And do not forget, all this month it's Scoobytober. I'll see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next time on Scoobytober.